Hello, and thanks for checking out Level. Today we're going to be reviewing how to set up an Active Directory group policy that will automatically deploy Level on all of your domain-joined computers. But before we do that, let's first review how we install an agent on a single device. I'm going to come up here to Install Agent. And if you recall, we can select the operating system here in the drop-down. I'm going to pick Windows. And if I change my group, you'll notice that here at the end of this group string, this key, there's a group ID that's added to the end. And so I'm going to go ahead and select my group because this is where I want all of the agents to be installed when this script is called. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And then I could go to a single device and I could paste this and run it into a PowerShell as an administrator. And the agent would show up here. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to leverage a script to push out the level command that we just copied onto an Active Directory domain controller. And so I have a server here called server. It is running Windows Active Directory. And so if I come over here to scripts, you'll see that we have an installer here called Level Installer GPO. And if you don't have this script in Level, then we will put a link to the most recent version of it in the description of the video. And let's look at what's in this GPO. So first it says paste your level installer command at line 17. And if I scroll down here, we will see right there, it says paste level install command here. So that command that I just copied, but I'm not going to do it here. I'm actually going to do it at runtime when I call this script. Let's review what this script does. So first, it's going to check that the target machine that we're running it on is a domain controller. And if it's not, it's going to halt. It's then going to create a GPO backup file on the target system, and it's going to stick it in the system drive under temp and then level temp. And then a new group policy object called install level agent will be created, and it will be linked at the root of the domain. Next, the contents of that GPO backup that we created earlier are going to be imported into the new object. And what's in this backup is a scheduled task that actually runs immediately, and it's going to run on all domain joined computers. And then when we look at the perspective of the client computer, when that task is run, that is going to check to see if level is already installed. And if it's not, it's going to install the command that we just copied. So that's what this is going to be doing. And at the very bottom here, it just reminds us that the script should only be run on a single domain controller per Active Directory environment. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this and see how this would work. So I'm going to select server here, and I'm going to select scripts, and I'm going to run a save script. And I'm going to pick the script that we just referenced. And here, when I mentioned that I was going to paste the command at runtime, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to paste this command. And so there's our installer command that should drop it into my group. All right, so this is fine. I'm going to go ahead and click Review Job. And this takes me to the job summary page. I can see the target device right here is server. I can see some details about it right here. But let's go ahead. We don't need to change anything, so let's just go ahead and run this. And I'm going to click here at the top, Expand All, and this will show me in real time the script output. All right, good. So we didn't have any errors. If there were errors, we'd see them in red. So everything looks good. So I'm going to now jump over to my domain controller. And here, this is a fresh Active Directory domain, and we only have the two default group policy objects. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. And we should see a new one. There it is, install level agent. And if we look at the details of this, we can see that there's a scheduled task. And let's open it up all the way. There we go. So it's going to run this command right here. And let's go ahead and find where is that. And it drops it right here. And so in this domain, which is just level.local, it drops it into the default domain script folder. And so there it is. And this will be reachable by all computers joined to the domain in terms of permissions and everything like that. Okay. So the other thing that we need to look at is where is this linked? Let me refresh at the root of the tree here. And we will see now that there's a link here for install level agent. Now keep in mind that if you don't want this script to be run on every single machine, then you can relink it to another OU, another organizational unit, and then it would only apply to the computers that sit inside that OU. All right, so this is everything that we need. Let's now jump over to a client computer that's on the domain, and let's go ahead and open up a terminal. And let me do a GP update. And I'm going to go ahead and add force as well. Not sure if it's needed in this case, but I've just gotten in the habit of using it. Okay, so that completed. So the next thing I want to do now is probably jump into the event viewer because I should see if this successfully ran, I should see an event drop into the application log. And it doesn't look like I see it yet. There we go. Okay, I just had to wait a minute. So we can see right there that after it did the GP update, it refreshed the policy and the level task ran in the background. And we can see right here, level was successfully installed. And we could even confirm this further by going to the task manager, and we should see there should be a level service now that's running. And there it is. There's the level service. Perfect. Really, you would just need to, with that one script, now the domain is loaded and ready to go in terms of deploying level. So at the next group policy refresh, all of your devices will then have level show up. And now if we come back over, we will see that there is a new agent that we just installed here. And that was a success. Hopefully this was informative for you, and we would invite you to check out our other videos here in the library. Thank you.